Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Tangledeep. Somebody pointed out, and I thank you very much, that I have not insured my pet. We've been running around with an uninsured pet this whole time, and while it has not been a big deal, and it won't be a big deal soon, I'm going to be really bummed out when we get to the hard part of the game, and my pet gets killed, and I have totally forgotten about that. So, yeah, insure the pet. Good point. What else do we need to do here? Do we have rumors? Like I took rumors. Yeah, we need to go to the fungal caves. That's what we need to do. Where does this go? This goes to Old Amber Station 9. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and go back to the branch and take the fungal caves up from there. Or even to the pet shop. He doesn't have anything new. I knew he didn't. It didn't show refreshed inventory on the little list, but I don't know if you guys know this. Sometimes I click without thinking things through all the way. I don't know if you've ever seen any evidence of that. So we didn't do the lava pit yet. Let's do this next. I'm gonna hop up and down here a little bit. I was kind of hoping that passing a few turns would cause some vines to appear. Well, I guess I don't even have vine swing yet, do I? No, I totally do. Okay. What else do we want? Oh yeah, we're saving up for creeping death. Okay, well, the vines are appearing, but they're not appearing in useful spots. I guess we're running across some lava. A wooden crossbow? What is it, my birthday? So, unfortunately, I need to take one step forward. Oh, I failed the quest Discover Frog Bog. That's true, I did. Man, I don't think I want a claymore and a pumpkin badly enough to walk over there. You know, that's a start. That cuts out some of the lava. Maybe my Floriconda will walk over here. I think he's a vine. I think I can swing to him. Nope, that didn't work. It just moved me to exactly where I was. Do I want a leg of turkey badly enough to walk over there for it? It probably would be more health. You know what? I'm gonna eat a leg of turkey. And then this little walk over here is just going to be me getting a sword. We are going to be leg of turkey neutral, which is the thing that you should always endeavor to be in your life. Okay, this sucked, and I'm glad we're leaving. You know, you gotta check. There's too many chests there not to look, but it does hurt. I should probably not be at so little health. You know what? No, let's go Elemental Spirit. So you may have noticed, if you're paying attention to this, that we really are getting echoes much more slowly than we used to. We're no longer getting those little neutral echoes that we just knock out of enemies. We're only going to get echoes from power-ups. And we're not fighting in melee, so we're not getting power-ups at the highest possible rate either. We are 2 job points short. So we do have to be a little bit cautious with them. Alright, my pets can deal with that. Alright, so before I forget anything else, what are my other rumors? Find the fungal caves. Kill a frog. On the next level, don't have to avoid doing anything in particular. Oh, while I'm here, I should probably also buy Creeping Death. You know, Creeping Death is definitely a some of the time thing, because it's not terribly effective on small groups of enemies or enemies that won't live very long. That can stay on the second bar. But I'm sure you've noticed that, like, I'm really bad about remembering my second bar. Floriconda the Second, the Corrupted. This is a punished Floriconda. Stop being on top of me. It makes me very nervous when you're right on me like that. Okay. Nope. Alright, so it's important to pick up the pickups now, the power-ups, even if I don't need the stuff they provide, because we do need the echoes. And I guess I haven't actually figured out how many more things I'm buying from this class. When do I want to switch? Honestly, I probably do not need Conjure Vine Wall. It gives me control over Vine Swing. Yeah, I probably should get it. Bed of Thorns is fine. I don't like photosynthesis very much. I think we probably won't get that. Where am I at on passives? Right, I have one passive. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna basically finish Florimancer. Like, I'll probably skip out on photosynthesis, but I should get everything else probably. And honestly, I would still really love it if we could find another piece of this set. Put a spinning plant down. Ooh, oh, that's wizard armor right there. A raiment. Is this the one that gives you plus spirit power? No, raiment is just extra dodge. That's whatever. I do like light armor in general, because it makes enemies less likely to come after you, and it gives you more CT, which means you get to get more free turns, which you often can use to run away more effectively. But what I was saying is, I really hope we find another piece of this set, because even though we're not going to be a Florimancer forever, the 2-piece set bonus of plus 50% Floraconda HP is absolutely valuable to us. Like, that would be really, really nice. I have no idea what the other two pieces are. The set is called the Raiments of Wild Nature, so I would imagine that they're all armor and accessory items, and there's no, like, staff to it, but maybe that's not a reasonable guess. Imagine being a frog and seeing this guy and thinking, no, I should definitely pounce on him. I just want to be right up in his grill, making him as angry as possible. Can't think of a better thing to do. Floraconda's back off cooldown. Well, I suppose we ought to go ahead and fight Floraconda the Mighty, which we can see on our map. I thought I saw a champion on our map. Is that him? He moved all the way over there? Huh. Well, let's chase him. That is inconvenient. I'm just going to spend all of my turns running away from this thing, because with this army of pets, that's all it takes to kill stuff. I just have to not die, basically. I don't think you want to be over here, man. You are not properly considering the odds. I don't know how many of us it takes to beat that beetle, but I know it's less than 4. Fewer than 4. At least would have my head if she heard me do that. She's not, in general, a prescriptivist, but the less than fewer than thing really bugs her for some reason. Well, should we keep taking Pandora's boxes? Yeah, probably. Right, screw it. I'm not gonna do the class trial. Ooh, companions. That's a good orb. So this lets us add pet damage and defense onto things. Obviously, it would be better if it affected all of our pets, not just our corral pet. But our corral pet's damage and defense values are high enough that 8% is like a large additional value. So I'm pretty excited to put this on whatever armor we end up replacing our current armor with. I'm looking for some of that wizard armor. There are some robes and stuff that give you some pretty good benefits, and then we'll just we'll just throw them in the Dream Machine and make them cool. Actually, we'll sell them to Ruby Moon first, and then we'll throw them in the Dream Machine. Not seen one like you for a long time. I am Ralja and Ciel. Oh, yeah. New recipes, please. Oh, fish and chips. That's a good one. Oh, it's just fish grain? Huh. Okay. That's easy enough to do. And fish and chips is great. We have 14 bags of grain. We need more fish. Alright, those are... We got some good recipes there. Part of my concern, like, part of the reason I'm not too worried about the fact that lighter armor draws fewer enemies is that, like, with my pets around, my effective footprint is like a 5x5 area, because the pets just, yeah, they do stuff like that. They just kind of, like, run around us arbitrarily. So I think we're going to pull a lot of enemies pretty much no matter what we do. Spiked pauldrons of muscle. And we got floral tincture, 3 floral tinctures, and a chicken pot pie as our restorative items. Not exactly awesome. I'm gonna hold off on this fountain for a minute. It is possible that we'll run into like some actually dangerous champions and have to use some fountain charges. It's looking not super likely, but it's possible. That's not what I wanted. Now that fungal column is shooting spores everywhere, which is disgusting. Not civilized behavior. Nobody wants to be coated in your spores. Stop it. Just cut that out. Alright, well, elemental layer time. We do have to kind of decide on an armor type at this point. I think we're going to specialize in light armor, because I'm certain there is a kind of light armor that gives you... I don't remember, it gives you spirit power or elemental damage or something, man. I know there is good stuff in our future. Oh, first, let's raid this storeroom. Bandits always have such good stuff. I don't understand how they aren't better at, like, fighting and surviving, because they always have access to so much food. I guess it's really just the Duke. He stockpiles everything and keeps it away from everybody else. Alright, we're going to go back to town real quick here. Get rid of this. Alright, there's no sense in fighting that champion at all, because obviously we would not kill him before we could get back to town. Alright, do you have anything cool for me? You have a job change scroll and a pair of teleportation scrolls. I'll take those. Ooh, arrow dampening raiment. It's a shame it's not the right kind of gear. I'm pretty sure. There's like a wizard... Ooh, a butler's spell. That's awesome. There's definitely a wizard equivalent of the samurai armor. Definitely buying all the fish, always, forever now. Here's the real reason I came back. Alright, the casino. Do not use your flask until you find the desert oasis to get 122 job points. And actually, that's a lot of gold. Man, okay. Do not use your flask means do not complete the elemental layer right now. You know, maybe we don't do this though. Maybe I don't worry about it. I'm just thinking it's a long way from anywhere that we can warp back to Old Amber Station 10. I'm just gonna let that quest fail. It's fine. Okay, I'm about done with these fire elementals, man. Go! Okay, go! Hey, guys! Alright, fine. I will step through and we'll make it clear that we are fighting. Alright, what else do we want to do here? I don't think we need to Aether Barrage. Honestly, probably nothing else, right? Just like get out of the way and let the pets get in and do stuff. Ooh, that is a mint super brew. Ow. Yeah. So a toxic Blade Master is bad. A toxic elemental in general is bad. I'm gonna eat something real quick here, try to regain some health before he can cut my healing rate in half. Okay. That could have been really dangerous, actually. Put the spitting plant down here so that they can't interact with it. You know, they're made of mud, not poison, so Creeping Death probably would be effective here, but also I don't know that I really need to do that. Yeah, we're tearing through them pretty quickly. Alright, you're gonna have a hard time killing a rock elemental with fire. I had to say, I'm pretty disappointed by this Floricondo's performance so far. He's really dying far too often. Not providing enough assistance, really. Draw some attention that way. So I'm kind of surprised I can shoot him from this angle. I was expecting it to try to move me toward him instead. Stupid Floriconda pulling the thing adjacent to me. What's wrong with you? So we probably could just charge up to the top and get our armor thing. And I certainly just ran up off the bottom floor right away, but we should probably explore. I kind of thought that it was a 2-floor dungeon, despite the fact that I've been here a bunch of times. Oh, hey. Man, the difference that having a pet with a heal makes, like... I don't know what they would do to fix the viability of non-healing pets, but... I would never use a pet that doesn't have a heal, like, ever again, basically. The rate at which your pet dies and you have to rebuy it, if it doesn't heal itself, like, you don't have any real options to heal it. Not any good ones. Alright, well, I think we've gotten about all we're getting out of this floor. And I remember having a pretty tough time with this place. Once upon a time. Boy, it is all shadow elementals up here, huh? Alright, let's make a fire elemental. I think a fire elemental ought to be good in this situation. Let's also make a spitter. Unfortunately, Creeping Death is not going to be ideal here because, first of all, they're coming at us from kind of all sides. And secondly, they teleport around when they get hit. I'm going to start having at this guy. Fire elementals are very annoying. Stop parrying magic. It's disrespectful to the laws of physics. See, like, our Floriconda is dying constantly. Man, if I found a second piece of this set so that I could have the plus 50% Floriconda health bonus, honestly, I would probably just wear this all the way to the end of the game. I love it when they try to chase me past Rockbot. He just gets to punch them in the head over and over again as they move after me. Alright. Sort of pulled him over here into our territory. 273 damage, man. I wish that pets had any interest at all in avoiding attacks. Well, apparently that thing's dead. Let's go Soul Shade. Alright, we got good shards on that one. This is a different, massive, terrifying champion Thunder Spirit. And one that's much more annoying. I'm going to drop a Creeping Death here. Just because it'll get around the barrier. You know, it deals damage to him from in his space. Did I lose my pet? Did Rockbot die? He did. Well, I'm really glad I insured him. This is actually pretty bad. Creeping Death didn't seem to do a huge amount of damage. Let's definitely use Parting Gifts, because it looks like all of my pets are going to get killed. Well, at least we're getting damage out of the explosions. I don't have enough energy. We should probably eat something good. Like, let's... Do I have... I don't have a banana split. I have a fruit bowl. I'm just thinking, like, I need to eat something that's going to restore my energy as well as my health. How are we going to do this? He's close to dead. He's dying. Where's Thorn Explosion? We can Thorn Explode him. That almost killed him. I similarly am almost dead. The Spirit Walk. Alright, the Spitter distracted him enough. Hey, that was like really dangerous, actually. I was just trash talking this place. So let's grab Thorn Skin, because that seems like it might be useful. Alright, 250. So we're almost done with Florimancer. We're almost ready to start being the class that I want to be. I'm going to try to push in here and finish this place. Maybe not. We don't have the echoes necessary to make any of our other pets. He's gonna die, so we'll do Parting Gifts. Man, I hate illusionists. Oh no, that's not the real guy. And he really has a lot of self-healing. Okay. Really hoping we can just get through the rest of this quickly. Okay, jewelry is potentially interesting. A crystal ring, part of the crystalline armament. We had a piece of this. Do we still have it, or did I die with it on? I think I died with it on. 50% chance to negate crits, plus 5% block chance. It's okay. I think we'll probably buy it because it's a set item, but I don't think it's amazing. Now, let's see if we can finish this place before we're going back to town. We just have to clear the top floor for the quest, I think. That's handy. Yeah, sure. For one step in the lava, that's fine. Okay, so we would be burning 200 job points if we change now, but I don't think I want to stay this class long enough to get any masteries or anything. Like, I think I really do want to start picking up my spells. Yeah, I think we'll just change. So, we have a job scroll. There's no reason not to just use the job scroll for this. You'd save a little bit of money. I do not think we will be changing jobs again this game. Well, I guess we could still go to Gambler and get Cheat Death. It's very good. Boy, it sure is. Okay. I talked myself into it. We'll just... We don't have enough buttons or slots for anything else. We're gonna grab Cheat Death because it's not super... What is it, like 600? Not super expensive. 500. And then we'll then we'll be a Spell Shaper. Let's see if we can earn 500 job points. I guess I can probably side area entrance here. Oh, hey, all of the enemies from somewhere. What's up, guys? Parting gifts, because I guess parting gifts doesn't really help us very much. The thing we're fighting, the dangerous thing, is made of fire, so. Alright, I'm just waiting for this ice to fade away so that I don't have to punch it and get hurt. I'm pretty sure that we want to go light. Reduces the cooldown of movement abilities. Man, these really are not well balanced, are they? Like, medium armor mastery is massively better than the other two. That said, I really do think we're going to end up wearing light armor because I want those cool wizard spell damage robes. So we're going to take light armor mastery. But man, medium armor mastery is massively better than the other two. I think the heavy armor mastery, the problem is just the scaling is bad. Like, the things that are going to kill you are dealing hundreds of damage. So the fact that at max level you can take 15 less. I don't know. I guess I'm thinking like we were definitely getting hit for like 300, 400, 500. But I guess that's only true when you get crit. So the 15% is more like, or the 15 flat is kind of like 10% of the damage of non-critical attacks, which actually is not that bad. 10% is totally reasonable. It's just that getting crit is bad, which is... Getting crit being bad is not the armor mastery's fault. That's the thing that is already true. Okay, just trying to earn those job points as quickly as we can. river spirits are really frustrating. The heal doesn't even really, like, they often heal themselves for about the damage that one attack deals. So you hit them, and then they heal, and then you hit them, and the two of you are right back where you were after the first hit. It's just annoying. It's just a waste of time. Okay, we've wrung all the value out of this place, I believe. Okay, we've not actually explored this whole floor. Sure, I almost died, and my pet's starting to suffer real problems this early in the dungeon, but why wouldn't I make all of the monsters tougher? This thing the Panthoxes do where they knock you away, not really that threatening to a ranged character. Alright, well I guess we ought to head down and left and try to get up to the next floor. Man, getting pulled into mud that roots you is actually very annoying. The game is being very, very generous with the campfires this time, it feels like. Even a lot of them. Oh my god, mud! I'm like an earth and plant sorcerer. You'd think I would have figured out a solution to the mud issue. Honestly, I would almost go Floormancer every game if only there was a passive that made it so mud didn't affect you. Alright, what are the odds that I'm going to remember that fountain is there and come back for it? Like, I'm just going to take it at one charge. That's fine. It offends my min-maxing sensibilities, but taking it at one charge is a lot better than forgetting that it's there and taking 0 charges from it. Huh. This looks like something, right? Do I have an extra shovel here? I do. Oh, well that wasn't that was not very useful. Here we go. Okay. Let's have a quick look at what kind of cool stuff the casino is offering us today. Oh, I see a lucky arcane tome of toxicity and familiars. Boy. We're going to be replacing the Dungeon Digest at some point, right? Plus 20% spirit power is probably not actually better than 10% spirit power and 12% elemental damage. Oh, this does also have 9% elemental damage and bonus pet health and defense. This is a good item. A rust-biting wild flow condenser of ice. That is 363 base power. And it does water damage, which means we could switch to the lake gem. That's very interesting. 90 tokens is a lot, though. We probably cannot get 90 tokens with all of our money. Slick Vic's Vest. Okay, that's an interesting plus crit vest. Ujasu's marked cards, but damage based on guile. Oh, because it's a dagger. It's this deck of cards is a dagger. Increases the damaging effects of wild cards and roll the bones. 25 guile. 10 crit chance. That's pretty cool, actually. Man, I kind of want this. Not for this character, obviously, but like, we still haven't actually played Bandit, and I think Bandit's one of the better classes. And like, ending up with a Gambler Bandit like as our next character, that could be really cool. I'm not gonna sit here and mash stuff to earn tokens on camera. I will probably do that between episodes. Although I guess if I make time pass, it might not be there anymore. If I make time pass, it might not be there anymore. You know, it wouldn't be the end of the world if it wasn't. We're planning for a future that may not happen. I'm not too worried about it. Because of course, this is the run. Obviously, we'll just beat the game here. We'll never need to make another character. It feels like the job points are really slowing down. I guess we're out leveling the area, and you definitely get fewer job points for fighting things that are lower level than you. Once again, jumping back and forth over the branches has caused us to overscale the game, which is fine. It's not a big deal. And we are going to end up with more job points in total than we would have at the boss levels if we hadn't overscaled the game. It just means that things are going to feel a little slower. You know what? I'll do another one of these. That's got us 1 job point short. So we need to fight 1 more enemy and then go back to town. Congratulations. What am I doing? Why am I getting right up on top of him? Okay. Cheat death may not do anything. It may be that the first time we die, we don't hit the 50%, and I just die. But also, it may save me from myself, and you gotta place a high value on things like that. Alright, let's go get our pet back. You should probably stop selling gear to What's-Her-Face. Because we are about to unlock the Desert Oasis, and that is where we're going to want to sell our gear from now on. I don't think we have anything that we want to put through the Dream Machine just yet. Delight, the juicy apple-loving Ember Spirit. What would an Ember Spirit do with apples? It must just like having them around. Like, it can't eat them, right? It doesn't have a mouth, so I don't know. I would like to change. I would like to change jobs for 2,000 gold. Okay, here we go. Spell Shaper for real this time. So, part of the reason I wanted to end up as Spell Shaper is unstable magic. I don't actually know what this is, but we're going to find out. So, stamina power-ups also restore energy. We're going to get more energy now than we have been getting. At 1,000 job points spent, the cooldown of our evocations will be reduced by 1 turn, and once we get everything, unstable magic. So, evocations. These are single-tile targeted spells that do cool stuff. It's like there's a fire one that does, it does fire damage and then it leaves a burn on the target. There's a shadow one that does shadow damage and then debuffs their shadow resist, which is kind of like the mechanical identity of shadow stuff, right? The ice one that slows and reduces accuracy. And then you have spell shape abilities and spell shift abilities. So you can turn on a spell shape, it's like a toggle, and like while spell shape line is turned on, all of your spells will cost 15 stamina, all of your evocations will cost 15 stamina, but also they'll affect a 3x1 area instead of just the 1 point target. Ray, I assume shoots out an infinite distance in one direction from you. It's based on the mathematical definition of ray. 3x3 square. And then you have these spell shifts, which allow you to put a little extra English on the spell at some cost. Spell shape aura is really neat. You can use, once you have this on, you can use one of your evocations, and rather than casting a spell, it creates an aura around you that does cool stuff. And finally, our one passive. While at 50% stamina or lower, spirit power increases by 20%. Obviously, we will be using this, and I believe that'll be, number 4. Okay. We're going to be very pressed for bar space, but we're not going to be quite so pressed for passive space, as we have been. And I don't think there's anything else that needs doing here. I guess we could just take our cheap heal, because I'm probably not going to take it. We're doing fine on health. May as well refresh the Floriconda before we step back in. What a weird little area got generated here. Okay, well I guess let's head up to the next floor. Wait, that's not the right stairs. Okay, the actual stairs are over here. To think, that rock viper could have survived. All it had to do was not run after us. It didn't even have to flee, it just had to not pursue. Okay. It's good to have this branch available for us to quick travel from, but we're going to obviously head down the other side now, because I would like to get the other side areas that we're missing. So we don't need to grab this stuff yet, because we will be coming back through here. There's no way we will forget. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to dump some stuff off the bars. Some things are going away. We probably will drop Aether Barrage once we have Shadow Evocation. That's not what I want. This one. Magma Chamber is on the 9th floor. Charms of the Spirit is on the 10th. Okay. That's weird. When you approach one of those from above, it's the downstairs that you enter through and the upstairs that you leave through, even if you are going down. I don't know that I've ever noticed that before. Alright. Should we stop messing with the Pandora chests? Maybe. Let's take it easy on those. We have a lot of job points left to get, and they are a nice source of them, but I'm going to push my luck too much. Alright. Here's our desert oasis. So what we need to do is we need to find some good caster armor. Then we need to sell it to Ruby Moon. Then we need to take it over to the Dream Machine. And we have to get, relatively lucky several times within that sequence, so that we actually get good suffixes and prefixes on it. This is very annoying. Okay, this seems like a good time for Creeping Death. Floriconda's doing fine, so it's probably not time for parting gifts. Bed of Thorns will put down some additional poison damage here. Boy, they're very focused on me, huh? Okay, fine. That was a surprising amount of damage that I took very quickly there, though. I think the decision to back off on the Pandora chests is probably right. They keep looking at the map to figure out which items in the house are destructible and which ones aren't, because there's no visual difference but the destructible ones appear on your map differently. Oops. I just wish Rockbot would heal more frequently. I think he only heals when he needs it. He's not paying attention to the Floriconda's health. Which I guess makes sense, but it would be nice if he would use his meta ray to keep my Floriconda alive so I didn't have to keep paying energy to resummon it. I need some kind of upgrade that makes my pet more conscientious. Which stat is that on? I don't know, maybe it's just the Komodons are tougher than a lot of other enemies at this level would be. Maybe it's not that that I've maybe taken too many Pandora chests. I guess we'll have to pay attention to how difficult stuff is once we get out of here. Rockbot, where you going, man? He's taking the long way around. Like, you guys just distract him. I'll sneak up on him, and then hit him in the head with a big rock. Alright, we got scrolls of frogs. We got many, many, many scrolls of frogs. Yeah, I probably don't have to take flasks or fountains at one charge here. We're definitely going to come back here several times. I will not forget about these ones. Or rather, it won't matter if I forget about these ones, because I will see them again. And the enemies are really focused on the Floriconda as well. I feel like the Floriconda ends up tanking the hits most of the time. It probably has something to do with his grab attack, where he pulls them to him from a great distance, but... So he's a physical resistant Conjurer and Blade Master. Alright, I have equipped my two-handed weapon. So I gotta remember to re-equip Dungeon Digest when I go back to the other one. Okay, there we go. We got something decent out of that eventually. Skill or bear traps is not very useful. Did you guys stop walking into the blades? We're not even that concerned about the damage. It's the noise is annoying. Alright, we have enough. We have enough job points now. Like I said, I think we're going to pick up Shadow Evocation first. It doesn't do nearly as much damage as fire, but it does set up really nicely with our Soul Shade, and also it doesn't really take up a new slot because it like very easily and obviously fits into our lineup already. I don't know what we're going to do with all these spells. Alright, so let's sell you all of our unequipped gear, and then see if you have anything cool. Well, you have a Swirly Pop. That's okay food for 240 gold. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. And then we're looking mostly for... Yeah, we're mostly looking for higher rarity things right now because we don't have any good basic commons to sell to her to make cool stuff out of anyway. We're going to leave that because we will come back for it at some point later. Alright, and now we know where this is, so hopefully we can generate some cool magic items. We didn't have a lot of luck with that place last run. Could somebody please come over here and attack this thing? I'm rooted and getting bitten by a snake over and over again, and my pets are just kind of standing back and watching, and I imagine laughing to themselves. Listen, I do command them to do things a lot. It's kind of an iron hand, so I suppose they might be, you know, a little disgruntled. I don't really know how to re-gruntle them, so, you know, that's the situation. I guess we're stuck with it. I recharmed him immediately. Okay. Alright. Charms of the Spirit is very valuable. Hopefully. Sometimes we don't get lucky with the sales here, but there certainly can be cool things. Okay, yeah, Runic Garb. Runic Garb is plus 10% spirit power. So, we might... Maybe I should buy this and use the Dream Machine to strip Heavy off of it. I mean, Heavy is 10% physical resist. Yeah, you know what? This might be a... This might be a reasonable start. So 10% physical resist is probably better than we're getting from our vest, actually. We lose some dodge. Yeah, you know what? This is fine. This will be a fine start for our armor. Okay, and now our light armor mastery that gives us -1 turn on movement abilities, cooldowns, is actually active. I believe that Spirit Walk counts. We haven't had to use Spirit Walk very much because we haven't really been in danger very much, but Spirit Walk is incredibly powerful. So it will be nice to have a shorter cooldown on it. Stop running. I'm not sure if there's anything else useful on this floor. We might be done here. I mean, I guess we better check this room. Oh, good. Well, I'm not going to remember to come back to this floor and look for fountains, probably, so let's just go ahead and take everything. Right? Yeah, probably right. Also, the process of going back through all previous floors to pick up all the fountains is tedious, and it's made extra tedious by the fact that fountains don't appear on your map. Okay, this guy's a bow seller. That doesn't help us very much. Shadow shurikens are not bad, though. Not that we really need them, because we're... You know, as soon as we pick up a spell shape, we have a nice area effect shadow thing already. But it wouldn't hurt for us to have an extra ability that doesn't cost any resources. Sure. Okay, Shock Brew is the upgraded version of the lightning throwable. Man, there are a lot of Nando's relatives, I assume, on this floor of the dungeon. Okay, so we do have to go down, don't we? There's something a rumor we were going to accomplish on the previous floor. Ah yes, there's that magma chamber. Let's just see if we can trivialize things a little bit more. We can run through maps without worrying too much about what's in them when we're level 15, like a normal person. Okay, so that's a lot of blades. Are you coming? I could tell him to teleport over here, but because of the time it takes, you know, it's probably still faster than him actually walking. That's not ideal. Alright, so he's gonna acidify us. That's not really a big problem. Doesn't do that much damage. It's been a while since we've seen one of these. I just had to go and mess it up. I was clanging around with the rest of the metal people and I couldn't hold in a sneeze. As soon as I did, they started making weird noises at me. I didn't know what to say, so they picked me up and dumped me in some kind of trash chute. Barely got out of that mess in one piece. I had to leave my disguise in the trash heap, but I say good riddance. Someone else can figure out those metal folks. Have we encountered a place that I would describe as a trash heap? We can maybe find the hollowed out robot suit he's talking about? I assume that all these strange armor entries are leading somewhere. That it's not just light fiction. I mean, it could be. It does seem strange, though, that, like, right, that's the only one that is multiple entries long, and it's like it fills in some background information about the machine area, which I guess would be interesting if you hadn't seen the machine area yet. I don't know if those can even drop before you do. Like, we didn't start seeing them until after we'd been up there, and that could just be a factor of us having gotten there pretty quickly. I don't even remember what the possible rewards are here, aside from armor that we definitely won't wear. But I guess let's do it, because it's a side area, and it gives job points, and then we'll, you know, if the best thing we can get out of it is selling the reward, that's not so bad. So I'm pretty sure we just need to find the stairs. Like, I don't think there's a lot of value in clearing out this bottom floor. I think we're going to keep leveling discipline for now to get the elemental resistance out of it. We probably do need to take some strength at some point too for physical resist, but we'll get to it. Alright, so how much damage do I do with Shadow Evocation? At about 158. So as things stand right now, my physical, or my attack, my basic attack, does enough damage that it's not really worth casting spells on random enemies. Right, like it's about half, maybe a little bit more, than I get out of that spell cast. I guess the fire evocation will be considerably more damage. The biggest value of Shadow Evocation is pairing it with a Shadow guy. A Soul Shade. May as well break all of these to see if anything valuable comes out of them. Okay, nothing. I would love it if we could get all of the illusions all grouped up, but it looks like that may be not in the cards. They're behaving in a way that's going to make that kind of difficult. Alright, so we get into a dangerous situation. All we have to do is summon all of our pets, and the fight will be over by the time we're done summoning them. We take kind of a lot of damage there. No. Alright, yeah, go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Okay. Apparently we will not be going to get him. Alright, managed to figure that out eventually. Do I think there's actually... I'm not going to go over there. There might actually be a hallway up there, or there might not. The spaces in the Fog of War don't always give you super accurate information. Probably grab these boxes real quick. But yeah, I think that we're not going to get anything super valuable out of this quest. I just want the job points. We really have a lot of abilities that are still worth buying. And in fact, we gotta buy everything anyway because we want class mastery. Why are there so many of these things? I just realized that the spinning plant shoots arrows. I had assumed that it was some kind of, you know, biological deal, but apparently it's an archer. It has a little bow inside of its big, like, Audrey 2 mouth. That's cool, man. Good for you. Way to defy expectations. Clear this place out if we can. There's a lot of champion guardian spheres around here. I am all the way done with guardian spheres. My pets can handle them from this point on. Well, this, if there was a passage through that lava, this is where it would have ended up, right? Well, what do you know? There actually was. And this floor is too large. There's not enough going on here to warrant the largeness of this floor. Did we clear the place out? You know, it's possible everything here is already dead. Nope. There we go. Well, that's got to be the last one, right? So I'm not sure if we will get a... I can never remember. There's like 1 or 2 side areas that don't actually give you the clear out reward that exists just for the purpose of their quest. And I cannot remember if this is one of them. I can never remember which ones those are. Every time I encounter a fountain, it prompts me to look down at my stats and realize that, oh, I should definitely have already pulled from my flask like a really long time ago. Alright, I've been as thorough as I care to be here. I think we're not... Yeah, so like, I don't want a sword or a shield or armor. What do I think will sell the best? I don't know, a sword maybe? Yeah, 280 base power. Huh. It gives 18% spirit power. Wonder if the shield would have given spirit power. Well... You know what? No. Switch places with me. You move your whole anvil over there, because it's slightly more convenient for me to get to the stairs this way. Alright. How are we doing? Is it time for the boss? I think it might be time for the second boss. I think we've picked up all the stuff we want to pick up. Do I want to grab kinetic magic next just because I don't have a ton of room left on my bars? Now, let's grab aura. Because... we can turn this on, and then use Shadow Evocation to create a passive effect, because, like, once we're in combat, our time is largely accounted for already, right? We have a lot of stuff we want to cast in any dangerous combat, even before considering any real spell casting, because we want to make all of our temporary pets and do all of our weird Florimancer stuff. Wait a minute. Is there a room up there that I... Oh, okay, it looks like I could just get there by walking. Well, I guess let's go check it out. We should probably go home, use the cave shortcut. Nothing. Huh. We should go home, use the cave shortcut to go to the branch, or to go to the bandit hideout, rather. Wait, can I do that? Can I go to the bandit hideout? That might not be a real thing. Thought I clicked yes. Did I recharm him just by being nearby and being so charismatic? I don't think that's how that works, but listen, you know, some Panthoxes are probably into weird human spellcasters who throw stuff at them. I've been in relationships like that. I could see how that could be. Look at this coward. It's like stepping back and forth nervously. Ah, man, I don't know. I don't know if attacking her is a good idea. Turns out in Tangledeep combat, as in life, once you shoot the shadow magic at somebody, it's already on. Okay, let's go fight a boss, and then we'll call it there for today. I do not remember which of these staircases is the right one. There we go. Alright, we may as well pick these up now. So we can do some of our casting down here. We want to make sure that we have... Ooh, actually, a Soul Shade's probably not a good idea, though. Yeah, shoot. You know, we might be able to summon a mud elemental from the mud that our pet makes when he does his rock slam attack. So I guess we'll save our echoes for that. Then I guess we are as casted as we need to be. We do this and turn on the aura here. Minor resist shadow. Well, you know, it'll help. It's not exactly what I was looking for. Yeah. We know all this text. So I'm cloaked in darkness, I'm harder to detect and hit, and I have a little bit of shadow resist. Actually, pretty relevant, given what's going to be happening here in a second. So let's start putting down our various effects. I'd like for our pet to slam so that I can summon an elemental spirit before I do parting gifts. We could do baleful echoes. Yeah, just debuff all of them. We'll still have enough charges to do call elemental spirit. In fact, we can call an elemental spirit out of our... Oh, we can make a muck spirit out of the vines. That's cool. That's actually really useful. Do this just for a little bit of love for our pets. Hit parting gifts. We're not actually going to have to do that much. It kind of our pets sort of have it under control. Turn on Bed of Thorns. If they want to stand right next to me, they can suffer for it. And then, I guess, we could blow something up. We have not gotten a lucky vine anywhere. I mean, that's fine. We'll just auto attack, I guess, at this point. Okay, well, unfortunately, all of the shadow orbs ended up on top of me. That's kind of annoying. A harmonious lucky fairies choker of companions. Venom ring of familiars, might and treasures. Man, you get some good stuff from this fight. And skill orbs that probably are actually relevant. Okay, well I have to say that felt pretty good. Like as a strategy for fighting enemies, this thing where I just like summon and prepare a whole bunch of abilities. I just kind of sit in the back with my face buried in my book while my pets do all the fighting. Seems pretty good. We're just gonna button through this conversation real quick. I hope nobody minds. Although, you know, if you do mind, you probably... Alright. You know, you're probably upset with me already for having done it on all the previous conversations. And then let's go back to town where we are going to end it for today. Before we stop, though, obviously, first of all, we're going to harvest, and then we're going to look at all of our cool rewards here. Actually, no time has passed, apparently. Alright. We got some things that look interesting. So first of all, what do these skill orbs do? The Floriconda becomes a bull Floriconda, losing its pull but gaining a bull rush. Actually, I like that. I hate it when the Floriconda pulls stuff adjacent to me. The Soul Shade requires only 1 echo, but also 7% of max health. I'm not sure about that one. You know, we're not pulling echoes like we used to. 7% of max health really isn't that much. This is probably worth putting on something. Alright, let's use this before I forget. And then I think we have some orb stuff to do. We have some dream machine stuff to do at the beginning of the next episode. We also picked up, I'm just looking at consumables here. We also picked up some interesting actual gear, right? 20 spirit, 8% corral pet damage and defense, 8% or 20% chance when struck to reduce ability cooldowns. See, it says reduce any of your ability cooldowns. Does it pick one at random, or is this slightly misworded and it reduces all of your cooldowns by 1 turn? Or like, I'm not 100% sure how this works. This is an interesting ring that is really, really not for us. This, however, this could replace our... Right, 20 spirit's probably better than 20 discipline. It's more damage, but it's less defense. It does have +4 core stats over the other one. The charm enemy thing hasn't been super good for us, but we're getting to the part of the game where things are actually difficult, and it's going to get more useful. And we could probably just put an extra trait onto this thing and be good. In fact, actually, Circlet of Persuasion is the name of this item. It's not a circlet that is of persuasion and concentration. So this could take 2 more traits, couldn't it? Yeah, we're gonna make our gear all fancy at the beginning of the next episode. So, thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. We're going to spend some time in the Dream Machine. And we'll see you then.